Hey, what's going on, you guys? We are doing a DCS video today. I just wanted to do like a Flaming Cliffstreet A10A walkthrough guide for T-Flight Hotas 4. That for those of you that have the T-Flight Hotas 4 and nothing else, and this also works for the T-Flight Hotas X. And I hope you find this video helpful. If it did, comment if you want more videos on this. I will be doing the tutorial on the F-15 Charlie as well. And what we're going to be doing right now is just setting up basic controls, basic weapon system profiles, and we're going to be doing a little bit of a test flight on top of that at the end to show you guys how it is set up and the way I have it layered. So let's get right into it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to press escape. We're going to go to adjust controls. Then what we're going to do here is we're going to go to access commands because these are the ones that you want the most. As you already see, we got pitch, roll, and rudder as our default settings right here because you can see my joystick's already moving. Now for thrust, we're going to do this. That's my forward thrust right here. This is my no thrust at all right here. Then I have a slider called slider 1. And the way you want to set it is you want to set your slider right here. You want to go here. That's your zoom view. And then you can adjust your zoom via the slider control. And on top of that, if you have a icon that says PS button, you can click green or red. The red will switch to your rudder, and the green will switch to your zoom view, which is very useful in combat situations, and especially if you need more situational awareness to flight controls. Now, this is where things get a little tricky. We're gonna go into the sensors here. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. Okay, so we got target designator down, the target designator left, target designator right. We already have these set. Now I have set this to default for you guys. So what I'm going to do here is do this for you. You know, your target designator could be on your numpad on the keyboard, and which is probably the best effective way to get it. So like that. Then target designated left on the left for a numpad and then his view, which we don't need the we really don't need the numpad for viewing right now. What we really need is the target designator. So if you have obviously you're gonna have a numpad. If you don't have a numpad, you might as well try to route it with a joystick. But this is kind of complicated procedure. And now we are going to do view designated up, and right there, as you can already see, we're gonna do target lock, and we're also gonna click enter here. And then we also have our joystick button set as well. Now target unlock. Now that unlocks the target basically so you can move around your sensors if you have a ACMI pod for your A10 for your Mavericks. Now we're going to go into the more complicated stuff, which is the systems. Now what you're going to want to do is I have set a flat binding for my landing position, which is going to be here, which is the button 7, which is going to be roughly your O button on your joystick. And then for your other assignment for flaps up, you're going to click the X button on your joystick. That's going to bring you up on the flaps. And you don't have to do this. This is my style of setup. Now, for landing gear up and down, I don't have it set individually because that just makes it more complicated. You're gonna have like a triangular button. That's gonna be joystick button 8. Then on top of that, if you want to set your, autopilot, your autopilot is already basically set up for you. So now what you want to do is, if you want to get your weapon system, like for example, you want to get your cannon set, I would have it set to this button, which is like it's a square button. That's your button 5 right here. And then weapons change, you got button 4, and so that's hold up a sec. Weapon change, that's button 4. That is your L3 button on your joystick here. Weapons fire, we got weapons release, which is here. Weapons release, which is here. And then you got your weapons fire, which is here, which is your main cannon and stuff like that. Then I am actually going to link my profile to you guys for you to download, so you guys have T-Flight Hotas, joystick, T-Flight Hotas 4 joystick, either PC or PS4 edition, either or works. Now, for the weird part, for the sensors, these are just all default. I have set a specific binding to auto lock my target for my aircraft. And so what we're going to do is for surface targets, like if you're using MAVs only, I set this auto lock on surface target here, joystick button 9. As you can see, this is already available. You're going to auto lock on nearest aircraft, and then you're going to do this on a joystick button number 10, which is your, hang on a sec, it is your L2 button. And that is pretty much it. And you have your sensor set up, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to test out the sensors here. We're going to click right shift L. That turns on our... Oh my god. At Bulls 250 420. That got annoying. I always get spammed on that, so we're going to click 7. That activates our target designator. We're going to switch to the MAVs. And as you can see on my numpad, it works flawlessly. And that is a good sign that it works. So, unfortunately, it doesn't lock up as it should. So, and then in order to lock the target, you click that, and it should automatically lock on the target. So, we're going to go for a little test drive. Right now, we are in a severe thunderstorm warning in Caucus, and right now I just set the weather to random, so it's going to give us a little bit of a challenge. So once we're set on that, you'll see that I have set my the zoom control. One thing I did forget to mention, if you wanted to zoom the way you wanted to zoom, I would have you invert the controls. So a way to do that is you go to adjust controls, you go to your access commands, you go to your zoom, you go to access tune, you click invert. That way your left will back your head up, and your right will actually forward move you as well. So you got that and this, and we're gonna go on a little bit of a test flight. And again, I hope this video helps. If it does, like I said, like, comment, and or subscribe, as it does help out the channel. And we're gonna get right into the test flight here. And I apologize for the lag. I am not running on the best of computer, so my RWR is going haywire. So it looks like our engine is good. Alright, yeah, it looks like we're good to go. So we're gonna throttle up, take it for a spin. As I said, we are dealing with crosswind right now. And I am going to take off. We're going to fly a left pattern. V1. We're going to go ahead and press our triangle here in a sec. Like that. We just had a massive lag spike. I don't know where. Now we're gonna pretend we're firing a MAV. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna press 6. We're gonna press 7. We're gonna select a random thing. We're gonna go here. You're gonna lock it by pressing enter. You're gonna hold your middle button on your joystick, and you're gonna call out rifle. You don't have to call out rifle, but I like to call it for accuracy. Now, that MAV might track, that MAV might not track. And it looks like it is tracking great. So now that we got that set, we're going to switch to the cluster bomb units. And we're going to hold our joystick down here. Like I said, we're dealing with crosswind, so we're going to have a little drift here. We are not flying in the best of conditions. As you see, we are currently unfortunately, in blinding conditions, raining heavily. And for chaps and flares, you're going to press Q. As you see, I kind of had to deploy flares because of the 29 locking us. We just had a massive lag spike. And like I said, missile launch. Missile has locked on us, meaning it is tracking. Right now we got a Trident 29 tracking us. We have an R-27 inbound. Actually, no, that's a MiG-29. Trying to get ECM up. R-27 has a bad track. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Now, like I said, we're dealing with major crosswind right here, so we're going to try to get altitude. And I apologize for the lag spike. And if you guys, and as you can see, we took a shot from the MiG-29, so yeah, that's unfortunate. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video. Unfortunately, we got shot down. More DCS content will be on the way. And yeah. So yeah, until then, I hope you guys stay safe. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. I hope you guys have a good weekend. And let me guys know what you're doing on the 4th of July. I want to hear from you guys on what you're going to do. And also, like I said, like, comment, and or subscribe, as it does help out the channel. And until next video, take care.